Canadian institutions.
Edmonton Manning.
Madam Speaker, after 8 years of this Prime Minister, inflation is at record levels. Grocery prices were up 11% last year. Liberal tax hikes makes things worse, and they are planning more of them. The wind chill in Ottawa today is minus 40 below, but this is not as cold as this government's heart. They cause this problem. When will they cancel their tax hikes? Thank you.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, first of all, we've lowered taxes for middle-class Canadians twice. We've lowered taxes for small businesses twice. And it's important that the opposition understands that inflation is...
Il n'y a pas d'interprétation. Does it work now? Is it working now? Yeah? Okay, so if the Honourable Parliamentary Secretary can restart his answer.
I'd like to restart my answer, Madam Speaker, because it gives me a second opportunity to talk about how we've lowered taxes for middle-class Canadians twice. We've lowered taxes for small business twice. And when it comes to global inflation, it is in fact global. It's too high in Canada at 6.3%, but it is higher in our economic peers. It's 6.5% in Europe. It's over in the United States, over 9% in Europe, over 10% in the OECD. But we should be encouraged that inflation is actually coming down in Canada. We have a strong fiscal framework that allows us to invest in affordability, in good, clean jobs, and making sure that we build an economy that works for everyone.
The Honourable Member Pitt Meadows, Maple Ridge.
Madam Speaker, the Liberals have put BC families in an impossible position with their inflationary spending. After 8 years of this Prime Minister, the price of gas, rent, and groceries have all skyrocketed. Half of Canadians are now worried they can't properly feed their families. Meanwhile, the Liberals are dishing out multi-million-dollar contracts to friendly friends. When will the Liberal government stop lining the pockets of their friendly friends and start focusing on everyday Canadians?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Families, Children and Social Development.
Speaker, I always hope that we can certainly be friendly with our colleagues across the way. Madam Speaker, I really find it difficult and challenging that, the Conservatives seem to have this tactic of saying one thing but doing something else. They say they're really concerned about Canadians, but they vote against our measures for, whether it's for rental and dental, they vote against our measures in terms of protecting workers. They vote against our measures in terms of cutting taxes on the middle class. They even wanted in their campaign proposals to cut childcare in this country, to cut the childcare agreements in this country. So they're not really there for Canadians. Not so friendly.
It was Maple Ridge.
Madam Speaker, after 8 years of this Prime Minister, Canadians are having a hard time paying for everything, including imported vegetables. Life has never been so expensive. An innovative and environmentally safe agribusiness is ready to open in my community, but is concerned with upcoming Liberal restrictions. Question: why does this Liberal government have no problems spending billions on friendly consultants, but seems determined to make life more difficult and expensive for hardworking Canadians?
Yeah. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Canada is working and Canadians are working. In fact, they're working in record numbers. Over 659,000 jobs created since the pandemic. It's actually what allows us to invest in making life more affordable, by protecting and increasing retirement security for seniors, by investing in dental care for children. And good news on that front, Madam Speaker, I am happy to report today that over 152,000 children have been able to go to the dentist under the age of 12 because of the investments that we made. That's lifting a burden off of Canadian parents, Madam Speaker.